Hello everyone, today we will learn about set expression and idiomatic response. So I'm starting with module 1, that is idiomatic expression in everyday conversation. So here we will see it explore the colorful wall of idiomatic expression that enlighten our daily dialects. So it helps us in our language to make it more interesting. So what are idiomatic expressions? It also called idioms. As I don't know you have come across or not, that idioms always has a hidden meaning. It doesn't mean what you said. Okay, the meaning in the idioms is totally different from each other. Like I will give you one example. If I say break a leg, I doesn't mean that you have to go and break your leg or you have to go and break someone's leg. Okay, which means uh, all the best or best of luck. So if someone is going to write an examination or going for an interview, I will wish them and say break a leg, but I have to be very careful whether they know idioms or not, because if they doesn't know, they will think that why that girl is saying that break a leg. Why will I go and break someone's leg, right? So make sure your friends also know what you mean. Expression with meaning beyond the literal words. So I have already mentioned, as it always has a hidden meaning and always has its own complete meaning, okay, and complete sentence. Reflects shared understanding within a language. So you have to understand this. If someone use idioms and if you doesn't know, it will feel awkward because the meaning and the idioms is totally different from each other. Commonly used in conversation also, in storytelling, but it will come in informal, not formal. Okay, it will come in informal. You can talk with your friends, with your families, or with the kids when you will be telling them some stories. So it will feel or it will bring more joy and interesting. Common idiomatic expressions. So I will give you some example. You can also go and check the meaning. Okay. In metaphorical, it is cause an arm and a leg. So what do you mean by that? Which means expensive. That something is very expensive. Cause an arm and a leg. Okay. Hit the nail on the head. So for this you have to check. Piece of cake, which is very easy. Let a cat out of the bag, as I have already told you, which means like reveal a secret, the same thing. Okay. Raining cats and dogs. So this is very common. Maybe you have already heard in your English class. Break a leg, as I have already mentioned. So you have to remember, break a leg means what? Okay, so all these things bring like interesting. Okay, the conversation make more easier. You will feel more comfortable if you know this, and it is very interesting. The words itself, it is like very interesting, like piece of cake. So what it's mean by that? Let the cat out of the bag, which is very understandable, like to reveal a secret, right? Like spill the beans, it is same. Raining cats and dogs. So what is mean by that? You have to check it out. Why use idiomatic expression? Why to use idioms and idiomatic expressions? We can't say that it is very important also, but it is kind of important so that the conversation will be more interesting with your friends right around you. Vivid language. Bring conversation to life with colorful phrasing. So it adds more colorful. to the words which you will be speaking or saying or sharing. Emotional impact. Convey feelings and attitudes more effectively. Cultural connection. Demonstrate understanding of shared linguistic norms. Conversational fluency, let's see. Sounds more natural and native like is speech. So all these things, idiomatic expression is mostly used by the native speaker. So which we have to learn from them. Using idiomatic expression appropriately. So let's learn where to use and how to use. Where to speak and not to speak. Okay. Understand context. So you have to understand the place. You have to understand the context. Where are you going to speak? And why are you speaking? How to speak and all. Like in meetings and conferences and webinar, in all those platforms we can't go and tell idioms. We can't use idioms because it is informal. Consider the situation and audience. Okay, you have to see the audience also. You have to see the situation. Use wisely. You have to use sometime only, not in all the contexts, not in all the situation. Select appropriate expression for the setting. So if you know idioms, you know where to use and how to use. And if your friend doesn't know the idiomatic expression or idioms, it will be awkward, right? They won't know what you're trying to say, and you will be someone who is making fun. Like, oh, you doesn't know about this and that. So you have to respect the person. Avoid overuse. You have to use only sometime. Use them sparingly to maintain conversational flow. Okay, so you can use, but only sometime, to someone who know idioms. Practicing idiomatic expressions. So where we have to speak. You have already know where to speak and how to speak, right? Casual conversation, which means friendly talk with your friends or with your families. Incorporate idioms naturally in daily dialects. You can use sometime so that you will know. Vocabulary building. Study and memorize common idiomatic expression like break a leg, right? Reveal a secret. What is meant by reveal a secret in idiomatic expression? Observational learning. Pay attention to how others use idioms effectively. Okay, you can't overuse, as we have already discussed. We can't overuse, we can't speak so much because the other person or other people will not get what you mean. Keys. So we have already come across what is idioms, what is idiomatic expression, where to use, how to use, why to use, right? Like it is not formal, it is informal language. And we have to know to speak nicely, not with someone who doesn't know idioms. So you have to tell them the meaning also. If you are telling them, if you're using in your conversation, if they ask you, you have to tell them meaning. What is meant by that, so that they will also learn from you. Okay? Embrace idioms. You have to embrace idioms so that you will speak like a native speakers. Enrich your language and connect with others. Okay, so you have to enrich your language, how to connect with other people. Like international and native speakers, they use more idioms. So as like we also have to learn. Okay, practice regularly. Incorporate them into your daily conversation. So you can use, you have to memorize. You can use with your friends and with your families. Okay, explore resources. Expand your knowledge with online guides and books. You can see in online nowadays so many online guides are there and even books. You can learn from there what is the meaning, why it is hidden, where to use and how to use, in which context should we use, in which short storytelling should we use. Okay, so we have already learned today what is idioms and all, and what is idiomatic expression and why it is important. Thank you, and please memorize the idioms and try to use in your daily conversation.